Howdy folks, I'm Maudlin Meadow Fertillery, morosely moving to melancholy music.
I'm Amber.
And here is more melancholy music for us to move morosely to. Sad butterflies, morosely flapping their wings. There's no joke there, it's just sad. Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for leaving my girlfriend after she constantly belittled me in front of my friends? I'm a 26-year-old and I just got out of a 2-year relationship. I ended things a few weeks ago, and she, a 26-year-old female, has been telling everyone that I blindsided her. But honestly, I don't feel bad about it. For most of the relationship, she has this habit of making me the joke around her friends. She would call me soft for not being confrontational, make fun of my job, I'm an engineer, and even joked once that I was the woman in the relationship because I cook and clean more than her. Her friends would laugh, and when I pulled her aside, she would just say that I was being too sensitive. It wasn't just around others either. If I brought up something that bothered me, she would roll her eyes and said that I was starting drama. I stopped talking about stuff that upset me because I knew that it would either turn into a fight or be dismissed. Well, I finally hit a breaking point when she made a joke at a party about me being the broke one, when I was the one who was literally covering most of our rent along with the utilities, food, etc. I didn't yell, I didn't fight, I just left for the night and I didn't go back. Now she's posting online about how I ghosted her, and her friends are messaging me saying that I should have talked things through before walking away. But I feel like I did talk for 2 years. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. The way she treated you is inexcusable. It sounds like you tried to be a loving and supportive partner and help her out, and she used that to turn you into the butt of the joke. You know, the way she humiliated you and belittled you in front of her friends for what, some kind of weird clout, like that's not what a partner does. That's what a high school bully does.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to. She's not a partner, she's a bully. She sits here and punches down at OP, makes fun of them, doesn't seem to appreciate them, shuts OP down anytime OP tries to have a conversation about these things. That's not a healthy relationship.
No, it's not.
And I'm glad OP recognized that it wasn't a healthy relationship and left it. I think there are plenty of women out there who would be happy to date someone like OP. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And OKLoad4268 says, bad-mouthing your partner in front of your friends is the most disrespectful thing ever, not the jerk. And OP replies, I really, really hope that some of the people I've met know this. And Virtual Dingus 7069 says, if they're quality, they do, but if not, it's no love lost. They can just go on with the rest. And John Kate 73 says, not the jerk. She doesn't respect you as a man, and you deserve better. Tell her friends that you tried to communicate about her bad behavior and she repeatedly dismissed you, and then block them. And Virtual Dingus 7069 says, best answer I've seen here so far. Recognize the problem, extract it from your life, correct the misinformation as you see fit, and have opportunities to do so. Bravo. And Philosopher 3 7506 says, good for you. In no way, shape, or form are you the jerk. If anything, she was. And Snuggle Toffee Bloom says, totally agree, OP. You gave her 2 years to treat you better, and she chose to keep disrespecting you. Walking away wasn't ghosting, it was finally protecting your peace. And OP replies, she doesn't see anything wrong with it, that's the problem, but I think that I decided just to prioritize myself. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for saying that my friend knew how to invest in his wife? This happened today, and I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I'm in the wrong or not. I am a 26-year-old male, and my friends Eric, a 25-year-old male, and Chloe, a 25-year-old female, have been friends since high school. I don't mean this as a way of bragging or anything, but me and Eric were very popular. We played sports and everything. Chloe was not. She did hang out with some popular girls, but she was genuinely nerdy and boyish, which in our school meant that she was seen as weird, to the point where our soccer group, we often joked that someone who lost a bet or something like that would have to go out with her as a punishment. To our collective surprise, out of nowhere, Eric decided to ask her out, not even as a bet, they just have been dating ever since. Chloe is definitely not that weird kid anymore. She's learned how to take care of herself, got a job that pays well in an industry that she loves, and is an awesome person. To summarize, she's the weird girl that we all made fun of, turning into a freaking model that's rich, smart, generous, and all around wonderful. She loves him so much and does everything for him, which I guess is fair because he's also obsessed with her and loves her so much it's annoying. It's like something out of a movie, seriously. Well, we went to a restaurant today, me, a girl that I'm seeing, Nora, a 22-year-old female, and them. Everything was going well when we started talking about high school. I brought up that most of the couples that were together in high school weren't anymore except for them. Eric joked that it was because they were all jerks then who didn't know how to treat women well. I disagreed, so I said exactly what I will write here because I don't want people to twist things. I said, quote, "Nah, bro. You were just the only one who was smart enough and knew how to invest. The hot girls in our grade weren't really wife material. You were the one who saw the vision and potential." Chloe asked me what I meant, and I just answered her that, I mean, no offense, but you were just the ugly fat girl that we talked to because we had to. No one was counting on you becoming a hot badass. Eric really saw what you could become. If we were all smart like him, we would have tried to bag you. Things were awkward for a bit, and then Nora made a joke about how incredible Chloe is and asked about her job. But like 5 minutes later, Chloe and Eric left. Nora excused herself and didn't want to go home with me on my way home. I received a text from Eric saying that I was weird. My group of friends think that they are the weird ones and that Eric is just dunking on me to seem better for his wife. Am I the jerk for saying a factual statement? All right, folks, what do you think? Did OP ever grow up from high school?
No, OP did not grow up from high school. And yes, OP, oh my goodness, are you the jerk? Like, this is just dripping with the arrogance here. Oh, this is a fact. Like, first of all, attractiveness is subjective. You know. So, oh, you are just the, I don't remember, OP string of insults. Those are all your personal opinions.
Yeah.
Just because you are a shallow and gross individual doesn't mean that everyone else was going to be. And like, just the misogyny here, like he only sees any of the women as like what they can do for him, like he insulted Chloe by saying that she was ugly and fat, and then like was like, oh well, I should have bagged you, like she was just like a piece of property. He insulted his girlfriend by saying all this stuff, like basically like, I wish in high school I had gotten with her so I could be with the hot chick now. Like there's just so many, I've forgotten, like it's like just like so many layers though, so many layers of like awfulness. It's like, how can you, and of course his friends are siding with him because these are the same immature jerk he went to high school with.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think that they're siding with him because that's what's easy and convenient, or it gives them an ego boost or something like that. OP is in the wrong here, plain and simple. I think that they need to grow up. I think that this was uncalled for, and maybe this is something that they thought about, but, Eric, saw something in Chloe and apparently loved her and wanted to be with her. You don't just, plan for the future like that. I mean, and it's kind of disgusting for him to even suggest that Eric had, planned this all out as some way of molding her into like this perfect woman, right?
Yeah, like that part was so creepy too, because then he's also undermining his friend and being like, yeah, he's totally only with you because he saw the potential that you could become.
Like he's some kind of sculptor who took Chloe as a raw material and turned her into this, incredible person, right?
Yeah, and like it seems like the only thing that's changed is she's had a so-called glow up.
Yeah.
And like if she still looked the same that she did in high school as she did now, it wouldn't matter how successful she was. OP wouldn't give her the time of day because she wouldn't fit his attractiveness standards.
Exactly.
It's like all he's focused on is how women look.
Yeah.
They're not people to him. They're just objects for him to admire.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Real Wandering Wizard says, "You're the jerk. This reads as if you typed, write an Am I the Jerk post by a 26-year-old male who peaked in high school into ChatGPT." Honestly. And TNT Matter says, 100%, he talks like being in sports and popular in high school still matters? Says a lot about how sad his life must be 8 years later. And who even utters, "You were the ugly fat girl that we talked to because we had to." OP gives me the serious ick. Yeah. And All About a Bird says, "You called a friend ugly and fat to her face. You insulted a friend's wife. And you talked about how you would wish that you had tried to bag the ugly fat girl in high school in front of the girl that you're currently dating. You're the jerk. weird as F was a generous comment.
I know, like the friend's reaction was so muted, like, wow, dude, you're weird. It's like, there's a lot of things I could say to OP, and like, it's way more tempered than any of them.
Yeah. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Telling My Wife's Family That They're Not Welcome at Our House After They Tried to quote-unquote test my loyalty? So this is one of those situations where I think that I'm justified, but my wife is saying that I took it too far, and now her whole family is mad at me. I've been married to my wife, a 29-year-old female, for about a year. We lived together for 5. Everything's been going good overall, but her family is intense, very tight-knit, very in-your-business type of people. I've always tried to be respectful, even when they're kind of overbearing. So a couple of weeks ago, her cousin, a 25-year-old female or so, starts texting me out of the blue. Just casual at first, like, hey, how are you? Kind of stuff. I thought that it was a little odd, but whatever. We've all hung out before. Then it starts to get weird. She starts complimenting me a lot, sending selfies, nothing explicit, but definitely flirty, and then eventually straight up says, if you weren't married, I would totally go for you. I shut it down immediately, and I told her that it was inappropriate. I reminded her that I am married to her cousin, and asked her to stop messaging me. I screenshotted everything, and then I showed it to my wife. She was shocked at first, but then tells me that it was a loyalty test that her family came up with to make sure that I'm really in it for the long haul. Like they literally had her cousin hit on me to see if I would cheat. I told her that was completely messed up, and I'm not okay with being tested like some kind of lab rat. She tried to defend it, saying they had a bad experience in the past and that they're just trying to protect me. I said that I don't care, and that's not how adults treat other adults, and I'm not going to pretend like everything is normal with them after that. So when her parents invited us over for dinner last weekend, I said I wasn't going, and I told her that I don't want any of them in our house right now, not until they can acknowledge how out of line that was. She thinks that I'm being dramatic and starting a war over nothing. Now her mom and her aunt are blowing up her phone, saying that I'm trying to drive a wedge in the family and that I'm being cold and disrespectful. But honestly, I feel like they're disrespecting me first, big time. So am I the jerk for banning her family from the house after they tried to trap me in some weird fake cheating scenario, or am I overreacting? All right, folks, what do you think?
No, not the jerk. It is very reasonable to want to set some boundaries with her family. I think that this just sounds like the cheating test is like the tip of the iceberg here. It sounds like these people are very much like can't mind their own business. But even the cheating thing alone is plenty of reason to want to put distance. Because like Opie said, that's not the mature thing to do. If you have concerns that someone's cheating, it's fine to tell the partner your suspicions. Ideally, if you have some like insider information, but just testing people to see if they would cheat because you can is like a weird thing to do.
Plot twist. Cousin wasn't testing them and told everyone after the fact that she was testing him just to dig herself out of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you can trust any of that because the wife seemed really surprised at first, right? And so if she didn't know this was going on, then that's a little strange.
Well,
right?
I mean, I assume that the wife might not have gone along with it if she had known it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like the wife would probably have tried to stop it or, like, let Opie know immediately that the cousin was trying to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so they decided to go behind the wife's back because they can't trust her judgment. And so, like, I mean, if I was the wife, I would be insulted that
Yeah.
my family thought so little of my partner that they have to set them up in a fake cheating thing.
Yeah. It's really not a great thing. It's really not great at all. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Gonna Be I Told You So says, not a jerk, but your biggest problem is your wife. And Tfluent X says, absolutely this. People here defending what the wife's involvement in the matter. She is on board with this nonsense and defending her family. But if she failed to realize that her family is now her husband, she should close the wagons with her husband and put the low contact on for a few months. I don't think this deserves a no contact or any permanent measure. However, the disrespect they showed to the husband warrants some kind of backlash, not excuses. Well, whatever to defend her here. She is the one who needs to be loyal to him, not her family. She is failing at that. And Traditional Trade 795 says, not the jerk. Ignore them for a month and then tell them, psych, just wanted to test how you would react if you hurt my feelings. You failed. And London Lily Blue Ball says, honey, I was testing you to see if you would defend me or pick your family's side. You failed. And Body Surfer 8 says, not the jerk, F them. And F your wife too. It was totally a them versus you with your wife with them. How incredibly isolating and hurtful to you. Your wife is failing her loyalty test until they all acknowledge their hurtful tribe/outsider behavior. You should stick to your guns. I'm surprised that they didn't try this before they got married. Alright folks, it's tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
What might you call a feline detective?
I would call a feline detective a perfect private eye.
Hercule Poirot.
Oh, I see.
And it's take your cat to work day.
So if you're a private investigator, take your cat to help you investigate crimes, I guess.
And it's also National Fudge Day.
Oh, go find yourself a piece of fudge and eat it.
Maybe have your cat detective help you find the fudge
Yes.
if it's been gone missing.
And I have Mega Mint. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Manic Monday, folks. I hope your Monday is off to a great start. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on bad partners.
Don't bully and belittle your partner.
I think that one's easy. Or test them.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.